Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to go on record saying I certainly support the amendment offered by Ranking Member Waters on the commitment and need of this committee to really take a serious look at homelessness. And I don't think there's anyone in here that could dispute the fact of what Congresswoman Waters has stated. I mean, we've seen the charts on the screen. When you have 500,000 people, single moms, veterans, we represent all of those people. And I think action is the key word here. So I have a hard time when we say we're going to have a hearing or come look at and see. Come look and see what? We know that these individuals are living in crises. We know they're homeless. And I do applaud you for recognizing it and admitting it, Congressman Duffy. But I know, Mr. Chairman, you and the rest of my colleagues over there also know it. Because it's interesting when you look at the majority's views, and much of which you talk about changing the financial structure, but you know, I started out as an English and speech major. So when you use a semicolon, it connects two complete thoughts. So when you talk about finances and then we go to your language after the semicolon, you talk about people living in substandard conditions. You talk about people being hampered by the economic growth and not being able to have the life that their parents and grandparents had. So I think that puts you on record of understanding that none of us should want people to live in substandard living. And homelessness is just that. And so if one is disputing a real plan, then I've only been here for, this is my third term. And I think my colleague has been here, Mr. Duffy, a lot longer. So since we've known this, and there is no plan, only words to say no, no, no to everything, and being in the majority, I think you have more of a responsibility to develop plans versus just saying no to every single attempt that comes. I would have had more respect, understanding if you would have said, no, this amount is too much, but my work on this, my facts say that it needs to be a little less versus saying, I'll come look at it. That bothers me when you say that. And we also talk about veterans. I think we have to put things in the proper perspective that anyone in this room at any given time, take away your health care coverage and have a catastrophic illness, you too could be homeless. Many of you served in the armed forces. Well, then when we look at that, we have some 400,000 veterans who are experiencing homelessness. How can we sit here and say the resolve is to have a site visit? You know, I know what it looks like in my community, and I have put legislation forth, joined our ranking member to try to get us to do more than just words. We need a commitment to say that we would have a real plan. We know the efforts that President Obama's administration and Congress put forth regardless to the Veterans Homeless Program, HUD-VASH. And homelessness, as a result of that, dropped some 47%, or some 35,000 veterans were given relief between 2010 and 2016. So I guess I would like to say, I need a commitment that says that we will really work together for the good of these individuals that we all represent.
Would the gentlelady yield?
Yes.
I've only been here one more term than you, just to clarify that.
Well, that's more.
No,
I said I think
a lot
you've
more.
been here more.
But listen, I do think we have to be thoughtful in this process, and we have to look how money is spent and how effective is the dollar that we take from the taxpayer and spend it on a program, how effective are we in actually addressing homelessness? And if we just throw money at the wall and think we've done our job, I don't think that's the case. I think we have to be
I take my
thoughtful.
time back. At no point did I say throw money at a wall. And to compare throwing money out there, and I may have said 400,000 veterans, the 40,000 veterans, and the 500,000 homeless folks, I think we should put money in it, not throw money at anything, but we need to be committed to saving the lives of these individuals. I yield back.